Everyone, hello everyone back in Malaysia. This is Namir Khan with you. Apologies that I was not able to make it for the conference, but since I will be talking a lot about technology here, so I thought why not utilize technology and be a part of a great gathering. Also, I would like to thank the conference organizers for letting me send you a video and not being there, and of course arranging a fantastic and a great conference in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And I hope it's going absolutely fantastic. Now, guys, before I quickly continue, I want to tell you a few things. I would not be taking too long, 10 to 13 minutes, I should be done. Second is the fact that I would not be discussing facts about Takaful because you all must have been overloaded with the great facts that the Takaful industry carries right now with it. So, as I proceed, we all have heard about INSUTECH, FinTech, innovation, disruption. Fine, great, we all love it too. One thing that I would like to ask you all right now, that if any one of you can make a wild guess, what is the amount of deals that just INSUTECH has actually closed in the past 1 year from 2016 till date? Could anyone make a wild guess? Make a wild guess. Okay, so it's around 429 deals have been successfully closed from 2016 till date. One. Second, what I would like to ask you all is that could you make a wild guess with the amount of investments that have been made in INSUTECH from 2016 till date? I heard someone say $10 billion there. I just heard it all the way here. So it's $14.4 billion. That is the total amount of investments that have been made in INSUTECH from 2016 till date. Now, the reason why I'm saying that, the reason why I'm giving you these facts is I want to build a narrative based on my experience that I've had with regulators, INSUTECHs, FinTechs, accelerators, VCs, that from all of this great development that is happening world over, Takaful is significantly missing in action. Now, this is the level of investments, this is the level of deals that have been happening in this, new rush of fintech and INSUTECH in the past couple of years. Now, amidst all of that, where is Takaful stand? Takaful is nowhere to be seen. We all know that. One thing that we need to also understand that Takaful is very close to to what the new models are all about. They are very consumer centric. But it's just not about the model. It's way beyond and it's way more than the model that we're talking about. Now, what are the challenges that really stop the Takaful companies from really coming up with new, innovative, and disruptive technologies? What are those challenges? One of the challenges that I have identified with my dealings with the Takaful companies is, number one, the legacy mindset. It prevails. And it still does. And I'm sure, as bitter it may sound, a lot of you may definitely agree with me. And it's deeply saddening too at the same time. Now, the other thing that we also that I personally see as a challenge, for the Takaful industry is the openness to innovation. So, many a times, a lot of young professionals would go out to their Takaful executives and propose new models and new technologies. But very rare is that when they would actually accept it or even consider this as something really very important. Not understanding that this technological development or this technological solution could actually end up making their product and their models a lot more viable, where we always start complaining about our expenses are higher than what we basically earn. So we need to understand where this technology is taking us. So INSUTECH is very close to what the Takaful industry is supposed to be doing in the first place. Third thing that I personally see as a challenge is talent. Now, we all have been talking about challenges for acquiring new talent in the industry or the insurance industry overall. Now, this new talent, if it's not there, then bring it on board, bring it outside the industry. Apple wasn't made by tech experts, it was made by various individuals from various industries and professions coming under one roof and creating great and fantastic things. So a lot of these INSUTECH and FinTechs that have been made today are not by Takaful or insurance executives. You would see people who are not from insurance coming into insurance and disrupting it for you. I myself was not from the insurance industry. So we got to be open to that segment as well. That is onboarding new talent. Fourth is the pace of development. Now, pace of development really matters for any organization. So today's era is really very fast. We cannot think that we will do or create this wonderful new model and wait for the next big thing to come in that is going to help us execute that model. No. Pace of development really matters. Now, technology and these new models and these new insurtechs and these new fintechs that are coming in, one of their USPs is the fast go-to market strategy. For them, going to market is really very fast, and this is what their competitive edge is all about as well. And if someone says that these new fintechs and these new insurtechs, or let's say hopefully, I'm hoping to see more Takaful tech companies coming up as well. These Takaful tech companies, they actually come out in the market and they actually disrupt the market as well. I really want to see some Takaful tech companies as well coming up. But if someone thinks that they cannot really disrupt the industry or they cannot really take our share, then we got to be really fixing our facts, because these insurtechs and these fintechs are really going to take some big chunk of the pie away. Reason being, we will discuss why, because that is what Ubersisation is all about. How do you take what makes them take the major chunk away? So the fact is, Takaful is definitely missing in action. Now, the next thing I would like to talk to you all about right now is, how do we make it possible? What is Ubersisation all about? First thing that I'm going to ask you here is that when I say Uber, what do you guys think of? Just think of those words. Like, could be anything. Words such as convenience, maybe. Yeah. So can we just think of those words that are there when you think of Uber? What comes to your mind? Affordability. I hope you all agree with that. Ease. Access. Convenience. Relevance. So I'm going to stick to these 5 things. Affordability, ease, access, convenience, and relevance. Now these are 5 important things. Uber. So, Ubersisation. If I talk about Ubersisation of Takaful, right? So, and if I talk about Uber itself, what do you think of? Uber, once again, affordability, ease, access, convenience, and relevance. These are 5 more important things over here. Now, you think of that. Now, majority of the customers of this Uber, Grab models, Uber models, Careem models, these are a part of our lives today. Now, customers are a part of liquid expectations, which means that the customer who's actually using Careem, Uber, Grab, or WhatsApp maybe even, is now subconsciously comparing the same 5 elements and expecting the same 5 elements from all of the other industries that he's currently dealing with. So you are expecting a cross-industry analysis, a cross-industry comparison happening. So if you were to make it possible, these are the 5 most core important things that we need to focus on: providing affordability, ease, access, convenience, and relevance for our customers. Now, this may sound very easy, because you know what? Behind this simplicity is a lot of complexity. So there's a lot of hard work being done for Uber to provide you with all these great benefits that you have today in your palms. There's a lot of complexity behind it. And what is that complexity all about? What is that common denominator? It's a common denominator, I would say. What is that common denominator that is there that we can actually utilize to enable us to provide these 5 most core important things that are really very vital for the customer today? That common denominator, could anyone think of that common denominator? What is that common denominator? That is basically complex, but then yet again, we utilize it to actually provide simplified solutions and relevant solutions and personalized solutions for our customers. What could that be? I heard someone say data, I guess. So yeah, it is domain data, number one, that you already possess. That the Takaful companies are already possessing significant amount of data with them. That is the domain data. Second is the shared data. Shared data is that data that you can actually acquire from various other parties, as well. Shared data is that when you are basically integrating your systems with other ecosystems, and you are able to pull out that data, and you have that data as well. So insurance companies, Takaful companies as well right now have limited domain data, and that's it. So if you were to basically stay relevant with your models today and provide relevance to the customer, convenience and ease and access to the customer, you need to have access to more data than what you traditionally have been having for the past I don't know how many years. So for that, it's equally important for you to have access and integration with more partners that are out there. Now, be that even a pharmacy, be that even Kareem, Uber, or that could be even Airbnb. So you got to partner with various people, with various companies, with various platforms, so that you're able to acquire the data and plug it into your data and make some, and bring out some actionable insights. That is really very important. Now, after that is third-party data providers. There are a lot of companies who are selling out data as well, legally. Acquire that data, because you see, if you do not have data, you can never provide relevance and personalized services to your customers in any way. So in order for Takaful to really step up the game, these things are really very important. So as I move forward towards this, the other thing that I wanted to discuss was, I was just reading this very important point that I'd actually mentioned, which is a collaborative platform. So you would see various consortiums being made specific to the insurance industry in Europe, in Far East as well, in Singapore. I was there lately. It was happening over there as well. We are a core part of it. We're working with a lot of insurance companies over there. Now, it's a shared platform, a common platform where all insurance companies would agree. 3-4 insurance companies would sit down, reinsurance companies would sit down, and they would agree over the fact that, hey, you know what? Let's just share our data. Now, I'm not saying share everything about your data. You decide what data you share and what data you could actually utilize from that data to basically offer more value to your consumer, to your customer. What could that data be all about? So also promoting a platform where shared data is there, which is going to enable us, the Takaful companies, or the Takaful companies elsewhere in the world, to basically create more actionable insights for their consumers. This has not been happening as of yet. Now, if I was to say that after data, if we were to work on something, how do we work? How do we basically break down? We have the data now. Now we work and talk about how do we basically work on the various segments, and how do we create a seamless customer journey for our customers in Takaful. Now, first thing, let's just understand that we don't have to do everything in one go. As a Takaful company, first thing that you need to do is to, number one, break down everything into segments. The first is going to be, let's say, pricing. That's one pillar that you can work on. So pricing is going towards behavior-based pricing. You can see that who is driving in what manner. Via biosensors, I can see what my customers are, how active they are, how healthy are they. I have various tools and access. I have various tools by which I can access my customer's profile, and I can profile him in a certain manner, and then I can dynamically price him as well. If I would say that, hey, I need a specific policy just for Namir, or I need a specific policy for someone sitting out there in the conference, just one of you, that is possible for me today. Why? Because there's so much information available about you out there already in the cloud. I could do that. And how could we acquire that data? We already discussed that. Second, the second segment would be claims. Claims experience is very important. How do you automate claims? How could you embed artificial intelligence and create a far more seamless experience for the person who is actually claiming the amount? We have Lemonade today. Lemonade, what does it do? Seamless claims processing. How is that possible? You have artificial intelligence built in, which makes the entire process so much faster, so much easier. So it's beautiful. So that is another segment that you need to work on. Plus, bring in transparency, more transparency in your systems. Bring in automation. So claims is, of course, we always talk about claims being very, very high labor intensive. It takes a lot of time, and processing a claim is expensive. I say now processing a claim has become far more cheaper, which is definitely going to help you increase your margins as well, and help you reduce the human resource that you have right now in your organizations. So please focus a lot more on transparency and automation as well. Focus more on investing towards artificial intelligence as well, because that is the future that we're looking at. Third is now going to be underwriting as well. So underwriting is going to be a lot more personalized. So that is going to be very much linked with pricing segment that I've discussed before as well. Then the cost. The fourth pillar that I'm going to discuss is the cost. Efficiency and effectiveness. Now, you bring in efficiency and effectiveness. How? Once you embed technology into your systems, you bring in these two things. And these two things reduce the level, initially you are going to invest into it. I'm not going to call it an expense, because I've seen a lot of the Takaful companies call, we have a new technology expense. No, that's not a technology expense for you. That's a technology investment for you to stay relevant in the next 3 to 4 years. So you got to stay a lot more relevant. And to stay relevant, you need to basically ensure that you invest. And this investment is going to enable you to bring down your cost, so that your consumer and your customer is able to, is able to feel the difference. So this technology that you're going to implement in your organizations is going to enable you to become a lot more, cost efficient. It's going to make a lot more, it's going to make you a lot more, I would say, value intensive as well. Sorry, I've just forgot that word. Now, to sum it up quickly, what do the Takaful companies need to do? So I've made a small framework. I hope the organizers are sharing this with you. Number one, the Takaful companies need to make a long-term, clear-cut strategy that they have right now, and they're going to create as well for the coming years. Keeping in view that you have new insurtechs, new fintechs coming in, you have a lot of insurance companies who are now taking very strong steps in order to basically really develop their offerings. And if we, the Takaful companies, fail to to create a much more value-intensive offering, then believe me, I'm afraid that you would see some migration from Takaful to insurance as well. Because today's customer, apart from religious values, also focuses a lot on customer centricity, focuses a lot more on ease, access, convenience, affordability, and transparency, all what we have discussed. So if we fail to provide this to our customers in a relevant manner, then then this is going to be a very faulted strategy. Second is going to be improve your existing business processes. So as you can see now, everything is now interlinked to what we have already discussed. That's the reason why I was trying to build up a narrative. Improve existing business processes. Build for tomorrow's business. Because like I said, in the next couple of years, the trends are going to change. You have to be a lot more relevant. You have to be a lot more engaging with your customers. You have to come up with those models that probably never existed before, which means you have to be a lot more, open to risk as well. Invest in core technical capabilities, build up your IT infrastructure, onboard new talent, and most importantly, which I haven't seen, and I'm sure all of you would also agree with me that you would not see any Takaful company partnering with any innovation lab or coming up with their INSUTECH or the Takaful tech wing. I'm just terming it Takaful tech, so it's my term now. Just kidding. So partner with innovation labs, open to sharing data with each other, just like B3I consortium in Europe. Be open to sharing data with each other, otherwise we would always be left behind. Partner with models outside banks, because right now we're only partnering with banks, nothing else. Bank assurance, bank at the Takaful. Let's just basically move out of the bank assurance and bank at the Takaful model, and let's just also focus on, partnering with these food operators, with Kareem, Uber, Grab, Airbnb, you name these new amazing platforms. Partner with them. They have plethora of data, and also their collaboration with you is also going to enable you to create an amazing proposition for your customer, and just going to make the entire model a lot more fun as well and engaging. Last is basically collaboration with the regulatory backed initiatives. So this is something that I've already seen in Malaysia, and Malaysia has been really leading the way forward in that. And this is something really very amazing, but I would like to see more Takaful companies from different regions all over the world focusing on these initiatives that the regulator is taking, and be a lot more aggressive in that, because regulators today are a lot more aggressive in terms of onboarding new fintech and insurtech talent and these new models. Regulators are opening up sandboxes, so participate in sandboxes. I haven't really seen any Takaful company participating in a sandbox too. So when you participate in a sandbox, you have access to new models that never existed before, and you get the chance to execute and implement them, right? So to sum it up, this is what to sum it up, if you want to head towards Uberisation, now we know what Uberisation is all about. Uberisation is no rocket science. And Uberisation in Takaful is really very much possible. But to attain and to basically experience Uberisation, we just discussed all of what would need to be done. It was a pleasure being with you all. In case of any questions or any queries, I'm always available on LinkedIn. Please reach out to me, and probably would be looking forward to see you all somewhere, someplace in the near future. If I'm in KL, which I would be very soon, I would definitely love to see you. If you come to UAE, if you come to Pakistan, then please do